A very warm welcome, students. Finally, the day has arrived where we were waiting for our JEE main examinations, and the first session paper is over. The news is out, how the paper was. So let me break the news for you. How was the paper? That is a curiosity. How was it? Before telling how the paper was, let me tell you one thing. It doesn't really matter whether the paper is easy or paper is tough. Because finally, at the end of the day, what matters is the relative performance. It is your normalized score, that is your relative performance, which matters. So don't be too very excited if the paper is easy. Don't be saddened if the paper is hard. Strategize accordingly. After saying that, let me tell you some good news. At least as far as mathematics is concerned, I would say paper is dead easy. Why dead easy? Had you asked me the same paper, given the same paper 4 years back and asked me, I would say it is okay, easy to moderate. So let me tell you whether it is easy or moderate. My answer would be it is dead easy, especially after seeing 2022 and 23 papers. This should be a quite relief to students. This paper had plenty of questions, about 4 to 5 questions were straightforward, very straightforward. It was sum of questions, just you had to put is x equal to 1 and do the question. And there were lot of such questions which were straightforward. At least 5 questions were there where I don't think any decently prepared students would have even used his pen and paper. Even the limits question was straightforward, continuous question was straightforward. Many such questions were there which didn't bug you. However, some students were saying that the paper is lengthy. I find personally any question to be lengthy. There were always some tricks, like 4 points were given and you had to find the value of k such that the points are concyclic. Now, if I apply all the concyclic conditions and do what all nonsense in the country, then it will be tough or lengthy. But if you look at the first 3 points with your open heart, you will directly see an right angled isosceles triangle. Origin was there, 1, 0 was there, 0, 1 was there. So obviously midpoint 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is center of the circle. You know the radius, just equate the distance, k is there. So there were many such questions where somebody having a decent conceptual background and somebody was open to looking at the questions with an open heart was able to. Similarly, complex number question, mod z minus I equal to mod z plus I equal to mod z minus 1. So when distance of z from 3 points are equal, he's only talking about circumcenter. He's only talking about circumcenter of a triangle whose 3 vertices are given, and again those 3 vertices are vertices of right angle triangle. So the paper, at least I would say, it was quite a relief for most. It should be a quite a relief for most of the students, and especially those students who are not very comfortable with maths. 2023 paper and 22 paper was threatening. They were nightmarish, but this paper is quite a relief. There are plenty of questions straight from your textbook, straight from what we do in the class. Common terms of an AGP, 2 APs were given, and he was asked the number of common terms. Every book it is available, every test paper it will be available. It's a regularly asked question, straightforward. It was also a previous year question, straightforward question. There was a AGP given, and then he gave some of the AGP and he asked the value of P. Pretty straightforward. Vector questions, pretty straightforward. Skew distance is the most, the distance between skew lengths is always expected, and in every question paper you will find that question that was there. So there were no surprises. Next question, if you ask me, if there are any surprises in mathematics, only surprise that was to me was the paper is easy. I never expected this kind of easy paper. At least our students were prepared mentally, physically, mathematically for a lot tougher paper, but this paper was pretty easy. Okay, so about maths, I told you that the paper is easy. There was uniform distribution across chapters. Algebra, there were about 7 to 8 questions. So majorly the paper was swinging about algebra and calculus. That is how a good mathematics paper should be. The drift will always be around, that is the heart of mathematics. So here also almost close to 60-70% of the paper was about calculus and algebra. Calculus, there were about 10 to 11 questions. Algebra, there are about 78 questions. And in vectors 3D, trigonometry, I clubbed here. Trigonometry, there was one question in numericals, and vector 3D put together, there are 3 questions. This is also on expected lines, no surprises. Coordinate geometry, there were about 4 questions. This is also pretty much expected. Usually you can expect about 3 to 4 questions from coordinate geometry, and that is what was there. There were questions from ellipse, but you need not worry, that was on standard equation, pretty much standard equation. And there was a question on combination of circle and parabola, where shortest distance was asked. So shortest distance, you have to understand the concept. It is always shortest distance is always along the common normal. And for circle, normal, you know, it is a line passing through center. So just through the center of the circle, if you draw a normal to the parabola, that's it. So some little calculation intensive, I would say, but otherwise conceptually there is nothing huge there. Permutations, there was no question, unfortunately. That may be relief for some people, that may not be relief for some people. Probability, only one question, that too easy question. Statistics also, there was one question, pretty easy question. And there was one question from your relations, symmetric, equivalent. So paper was properly on expected lines. There was no surprises in terms of weightage. Only surprise was in terms of difficulty. So what is that you need to do? I would say, personally, with all my experience, that don't follow these trends. JEE has never kept its promise. One session to another session, there will be a lot of changes. Never ever there was a uniformity in paper. Suddenly, surprisingly, last day would become difficult or middle day would become difficult. 3 of the 10 papers are easy, 3 of the 10 papers are difficult. So blindly following these trends and relying on these trends is not something which is an intelligent choice. So what is that you need to do? Simply focus on this. Very important thing is, whatever you thought that like maybe questions will come from extra syllabus, all those things, whether they happened or not happened, just get a clue. Just get a clue in terms of whether some assumptions you have made are true or not. So papers in mathematics will be difficult was an assumption. That is not true. They can also be easy. They can also be easy. So you can just take some, borrow some things for your assumptions, but don't just believe that this is going to be the trend. Trends may change. And when do you come to know? Only during the examination hall. So what is that you need to do is go with an open mind, read the instructions, follow your plan, whatever you were planning for, and during your course of examination, if you realize that the paper is easy, you follow one strategy where you should focus on accuracy as well as speed. And if the papers are tough, don't get panicked. You have to focus on accuracy and choice. You have to choose easy questions wisely and focus on your accuracy. If the paper is easy, focus on accuracy as well as speed. Speed, accuracy for easy papers, choice and accuracy for tough papers. This should be your strategy. Beyond this, don't keep anything in your mind. Okay, so I'll end my mathematics part. According to me, I would say maths paper, especially after looking last 2 years paper, it is perfectly easy. And if you ask me, are there any surprises? Absolutely no surprises in mathematics. Only surprise was paper is easy. There was no surprise from syllabus. Some students were talking about whether AP questions will be given, GP questions will be given. Of course they will be given. Though it is not mentioned in the syllabus sheet, any sensible teacher would say they would be given. Okay, so just that you have to follow all your basic concepts and go to examination with fresh mind. There are absolutely no surprises. Happily with positive mind, you write your examination. All the very best from Maths department. And now Physics sir will join.
Hello students. So today's first session was completed. So I have seen the paper. Last 3 years in mains, I have seen physics paper was easy. Okay. And this year also, whatever questions we have collected from various sources, there is no surprise in physics. Okay, it is still easy only. Mechanics questions or electricity or whatever topic we take, almost all questions are direct questions. Okay, you need not worry about toughness of the question, because all the questions are formula based, and you need not think much. Simply read the question and you can write the answer. Okay, some steps may be there, but calculations also they did not give lengthy. Last year, at least papers were easy only last year also, but some calculation part they have made it lengthier. But this year they have made that also easy according to this first paper. Okay, so we'll see chemistry, physics. Physics is easy only. Okay, I'll rate it as easy. Physics. Only thing is some 2 or 3 theoretical questions they have given. So better you prepare for, take your NCERT book and start reading, okay, once. If you have 2 to 3 days time, okay. Any surprises means this year, one question I have seen is from a spherometer they have given. Usually they did not ask so far in experimental physics. So that I did not expect actually. Maybe usually they ask either screw gauge or vernier calipers, but they have asked one spherometer question. So that is only one surprise. But all the questions, whether they are from mechanics, moment of inertia is expected. Rotation, they did not concentrate much except for moment of inertia and one reasoning question, that is angular momentum conservation and all those things. And the kinematics problems they have given, which are directly we can do, most of the students can do. Okay, so it is not very tough. Okay, so if I see any surprise means except one question, all the questions are unexpected lines only. Okay, but wave optics question I did not see in the questions I have collected so far. Okay, so some chapters, modern physics also they have given only around 3 or 4 questions. Okay, but mechanics they have given around 8 questions, and electricity they have given around 8 questions as expected. Optics also they have given, geometrical optics they have concentrated more instead of wave optics. Okay, that is also good. 1 or 2 questions are a little bit tricky, that is the theoretical questions, but remaining all questions, numerical questions are very easy. Okay, only 1 or 2 questions. So any surprises means almost no. Okay. And number of questions, mechanics I have told already, around 7 to 9 questions, 2 from rotation, and remaining part of mechanics around 5 or 6 questions. And properties of matter and heat, they have given less number of questions, around 2 to 3 questions. Electricity, 5 to 7, most of them from current electricity they have given more. Okay, as expected. Current electricity usually they give around 2 to 3 questions, 2 questions minimum for each question paper. This question paper they have given around 3 questions. Okay, and electrostatics part also they have given 2 or 3 questions. Electrostatic question, one question is okay, not very easy, but it is moderate question. Electrostatic question, that circle they have given, and a charge is kept at center and find tension, that's what they have asked. But it is a standard question which is there in all the books. Okay, magnetism also straightforward questions they have given. Optics, only one question they have given is light falls, and after going through lens it falls on some metal and all those things. Such question also you have to see intensity do not change unless aperture changes. Okay, so all such questions. Modern physics is also easy, direct questions. Okay, so physics as a whole, it is what I observed is just like last year, it is easy. So problem is once it becomes easy, then you should not make too many calculation mistakes. Okay, all the questions you have to do accurately. So if it is a tough paper, then you have to select questions and do, that is better. Okay, but I don't expect physics to be tough for this year also. Okay, because after seeing this first paper, then I think remaining question papers also will be on same line. Okay, so you need not worry, and simply prepare basic questions in all the topics. Don't go for tough questions and don't do any advanced type questions. Only simple the basic questions you have to do, formulae based that too, and direct questions, and experimental physics once you study, okay, that is better.
Good evening, students. Welcome to this JEE analysis, JEE main 2024. So 27th morning shift paper 1 is now out, memory based, and we have received nearly around in chemistry 27 questions from the different sources. So let us see what is the paper, how was the paper, and what was the analysis. So first thing, if you see what is the difficulty level of the paper, as we compare to the 2022 or 23 or 21, as we compare to the previous NTA papers, from the NTA started the papers, I feel my personal opinion is the chemistry paper is easy. It's very base level, no much conceptual applications. They even concentrated on some of the, let us say in the first paper itself, today's paper, morning paper, they concentrated only from the one area. Actually, if you see the organic mainly, he concentrated from most of the questions came from the general organic chemistry, GOC. So the paper is very easy, basic fundamentals they asked, nothing much, even if it is an electrochemistry question or thermodynamics question, which is actually, let us say, it is little bit difficult to identify the process. He asked the isothermal irreversible process. So if you identify that, that question is also the easiest question actually. And even the electrochemistry question, all the physical chemistry question, chemical kinetics questions, all were very, very easy. So the only thing what you need to do as we see the paper and we say what is to be done, basic things are asked. So concentrate on the basic things. And don't think much, don't think in the different directions when you see any question paper, any question, don't see in the different direction. He is asking from the basics. So try to attempt with your with whatever the concepts you have, conviction and everything, and try to do it as simply thinking on the basics. So I say the paper is, as we compare with the previous things, it is easy, not even a moderate, simple paper. And what was the surprise? The one thing what we see is, suppose we consider the syllabus, JEE syllabus, mainly the chemistry, if it is concerned, they have reduced to so much of inorganic topics. Even physical topics are, some of them are removed, organic is removed, but they are not much, let us say what is the weightage is there. But as far as inorganic is concerned, so many important topics are also removed, like metallurgy is removed, P block elements, all the compounds chemistries are removed, S block elements are removed, hydrogenates compounds are removed. And we have not seen any question from the deleted syllabus. So only thing is, he is limited to the syllabus. He is not going beyond the syllabus. He is asking the questions only from the syllabus what is prescribed. So what we see is, the surprise wise, only thing is, the inorganic we thought it will be less because the syllabus is reduced. Maybe we will get less number of questions from the inorganic. But as we see, the inorganic questions are also asked at the decent number, not even less compared to weightage, compared to physical as well as with organic. So the only surprise is little bit, we thought of inorganic maybe less. It's only our prediction. It's not actually, they have not said anything. So only thing is, no surprise. As we see, there is nothing much surprises. But only thing is, paper was, as we expect, chemistry is a scoring topic. Chemistry should be a scoring topic. So if you concentrate in chemistry and read NCERT books itself, and fundamentals are applied clearly, then there is no difficulty in chemistry. And even there are no much memory based questions also. He asked like biomolecules also. He asked a question which is like a nucleotide bond. So what is the nucleotide? So all these were very easy, and what we study in IP level itself, some of the questions if you see, like he asked in the redox reactions, same question. Actually, if you see what we got from the memory, he asked what is the sulfur oxidation, means in which of the following compound sulfur will have a +4 oxidation state. In the same, again in the numericals, he asked in how many of the following the central atom will be having the +4 oxidation state. Again, there are only the compounds of sulfur they asked. So the question is same as we see, and even the electronic configuration. So everybody maybe see the electronic configuration based questions are asked. So they have given even the atomic number of the element, so that it is easy to write where the element exists. Then we can easily write or predict the electronic configuration of it. If it is an unknown element, maybe it is difficult for us, but if it is atomic number is already mentioned, then it becomes very, very easy for us. So even the questions which are like inorganic questions also, mainly they asked from chemical bonding. And as we say, from the chemical bonding, what is to be done mainly is the basic structures of the compounds, hybridization concepts, VSEPR theory, and the shapes of the molecules, structures of the molecules, and molecular orbital theory. So every time we see the questions from the molecular orbital theory. So those questions are also again asked this year also. So concentrate in the chemical bonding, periodic table, which are the main inorganic topics which are left, and even the coordination compounds. So coordination compounds we see nearly around always 1 or 2 questions. This time also we have seen 1 or 2 questions. D block elements they asked 1 or 2 questions. Even like spin only momentum they asked. Basic electronic D block configuration is given, D3 configuration, D4, like that it is given, and they asked what is the magnetic moment. So very simple questions, even in the D block. It's not completely memory based also there also. So that just concentrate from the basic things. So that what we say. So the organic questions are 9 to 10 questions are there. Most of the questions are actually surprisingly from only one topic like GOC, General Organic Chemistry. They asked on the tautomerism 2 questions. Which of the following will have more enol content, they asked. Then even they asked which of the following is more acidic. They have given the active methylene group. So it's completely the same concept. 2 questions are from the same concept. IUPAC nomenclature question is asked, and he asked about acidic strength. They asked one compound, one question is from the acidic strength, one question is on the basic strength. So all nearly around 5 to 6 questions what we observed from the general organic chemistry only, among that 9 to 10 questions. Nothing much, let us say like basic organic reactions are also not given. Only HBr addition, what we got from that HBr addition in presence of peroxide, which is an anti-Marconic of addition, that is asked, which is very, very easy to identify all that like questions, easy conceptual applications. And physical, there are 9 to 10 questions which are also very, very easy. All are like chemical kinetics question is very easy, and electrochemistry question is also easy. They ask directly from second law of Faraday's law. So simple questions. Even thermodynamics question is only just, I said it is a little bit combustion based question. Let us say how much of methane has to be burnt to get 22 grams of carbon dioxide. So which is very, very easy. That is also. Let us say that inorganic questions are again, like we say D block elements asked, chemical coordination compounds, chemical bonding, all the questions are asked. So he has not reduced any weightage in even in inorganic. So we even maybe expecting it may be there still, means inorganic it is completely, let us say syllabus is reduced. So don't think that inorganic questions will become so much less. So the paper may be on the same lines. If it is easy to the moderate level, mostly may not be difficult at all. So, but the questions are coming from the basic things, So read again the concepts like qualitative analysis in inorganic, chemical bonding, coordination compounds. These topics are very, very important as far as inorganic is concerned. And anyhow, thermodynamics questions will come. Chemical equilibrium, ionic equilibrium. We have not seen any chemical equilibrium question, but they said, students said chemical equilibrium question also came. But ionic equilibrium, they asked ammonium carbonate. What is the aqueous solutions, nature of the ammonium carbonate? Very simple question. So, the physical chemistry topics are also not numericals are also not much. So very, very simple numericals. And organic is anyhow, as we said, there is GOC applications came this time, but we can't expect every time GOC questions only. So just concentrate on the basic organic reactions, basic simple organic reactions. So what we are actually prepared for the examination, thinking that examination will be at this level, JEE main level, be in that preparation only. Don't assume that it will be very easy. We need not read. We can get easily. Not like that. Because even an easy paper will be little bit, if you do a basic mistakes, simple mistakes, then it will be very difficult. Because your percentiles will change a lot. Because most of the students will be coming and coming in the bulk at that particular stage. So that becomes a very difficult for scoring the good percentile also. So prepare well. All the best for the examination day. Thank you.